So again, following our same pattern, guys, all I'm doing is using our test to drive our code development. It may seem crazy and new to you guys because a lot of people write the code first and then write the test. But using the test-driven development practice helps us to follow all of the other automation testing best practices. So that's how I know exactly what to do. And along the way, I'm just reasoning out my next steps. So we have 2 errors left. You can see down here, and I'm going to go to them and fix them. So I'm going to double click it. And so now we have a pages class that returns any page. It's going to return a login page. And that login page is going to be able to go to. Let's do an F12 to go in. Yup, look, it goes to /wp-login. And now our browser class also has a go-to method. I'm going to control tab back. And now the login page just does not have a login method. So we just have to implement it. So again, I'm going to alt enter this. But actually, I don't even need to alt enter that because we have that login method here. So all I'm going to do is cut it out of here. I could have implemented it, but we already implemented it here, remember? And this is the beauty of that page object pattern, is that I can extract this and now be able to use it in all of our tests. And then where am I going to put it? Well, obviously in the login page, right? The login page we can now go to, and we can now log in. So we also need to copy over the send keys method. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Send keys, which we wrote over here. I'm going to copy this over, but I'm not going to copy over the whole method because we were doing this in order to wrap these 2 same steps. But we don't need to do that. And so in here, I'm going to put those steps. And instead of driver, remember we just use browser. Browser.driver.findElement by ID, which we have over here. Excellent. And now we just need to send in a value, which is the username. Excellent. Get rid of this. Awesome, huh? Let's do the same thing with this guy. We're going to call this the password field. And here we're going to use this ID. And then instead of username, we're going to pass in the password. Fantastic. Get rid of that guy. And finally, we need to click the login button. So I don't even need to go back to see it. We can just do it using the IDE just intelligently. Browser.driver.findElement by ID. Pass in as ID, which is right here. Put that in. Put a colon. We're done with that method. So the login method is coded. We're getting, let me rename this. I'm going to call this username field, and then ReSharper will allow me to apply rename refactoring, which I'll do that. So see that it changed this user to that to match up. I love that. Anyway, so we're finding the user field, finding the password, passing in the obvious values, username and password, and then we're clicking the login button.